Hi Librans, it is B. Welcome to my channel Psychic Sounds by B. Thank you so much for joining me. I would like to take a moment to thank all of my subscribers. I have only had my channel up for the past 2.5 months and I already have over 6,000 subscribers. So I do want to give a big shout out to all of my subscribers out there. Thank you so much for your support and your wonderful comments. Thank you so much for your likes and your shares. For those of you that have not subscribed, if you would like to subscribe, I would really appreciate it. But of course, that choice is yours. My website is up. It is at www.psychicsoundsbyb. And if you would like a personalized reading with me, you are more than welcome. Go ahead and hit the scheduling tab, and it'll give you directions on what you need to do to get an appointment scheduled with me. So here we go. This is the June 2015 reading for all the Librans, the beautiful, vibrant Librans out there. And this time frame where these energies exist, actually, the way I read, it is from the 22nd of May until June 21st. The reason why that is because the sun encapsulates the sign that it is in, and the sun is in the Gemini cycle. So communication is going to be on the forefront of everyone's minds. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get started with planetary alignments. There's a lot of shifts, so the majority of this video is going to be about the planetary shifts and how these energies may be affecting you. Again, this is a generalized reading. If this resonates with you, then that is wonderful. If it does not resonate with you, then it does not resonate with you. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, where are your areas of focus? Librans, we have the new moon happening on the 17th or the 18th, depending upon where you are in the world. And your new moon intentions should be focused on your 8th house matters, which are joint finances and intimacy. So if you want to bring more intimacy into your life, or you want something to happen with your joint finances with another person, this is a great moment in time to set your intentions, to tell the universe what you want to transpire, what you want to manifest. Send it off into the universe. Light a candle, get into a nice serene area and put your wishes out to the universe. The universe will answer, and over the next 4 months to a year, these manifestations could actually come into being. Of course, you are a co-creator with the universe, so you have to do your part as well. The other thing we have happening is the full moon is happening on the 2nd or the 3rd of June, depending upon where you are in the world. And again, the new moon was on the 17th or the 18th of May. Now, I understand I said my readings start for the 22nd, but I want to get the new moon energy in there. Okay, so the full moon, 2nd or 3rd of June, we have the full moon in your 3rd house. So what does this mean? The full moon brings culmination, it brings climax, or it brings endings as it relates to communication for you. So there could be a lot of communication. There could be a lot of communication that has an emotional type of energy with it, because that's what full moons do. They bring emotions to the surface. You may be ending a silent phase, maybe with one of your siblings. The 3rd house rules siblings. You may reconnect into a relationship that you've been kind of estranged from, and you're kind of looking at, how am I going to reassess, or how am I going to revisit this relationship in a manner by changing the type of communication that I put out there, so that person knows that, this is where I stand and this is where, the other person stands. Very, very important with this full moon. Again, the full moon is about emotion, so there's a lot of emotion that is kind of encapsulated in this full moon. And the full moon is in Sagittarius, which is a very optimistic sign. So I am hoping that for the majority of Librans out there, the type of communication that's going to be happening on the full moon is going to be very positive and very optimistic for you. The other thing we have going on is Neptune is going to be going retrograde on the 12th of June. What does this mean? When Neptune goes retrograde, the personalities of Neptune, you could kind of place like Piscean types, like if you know a Pisces out there, you can retrofit those types of personalities into the types of energies that Neptune carries. It's very rose-colored glasses. It's very, you know, kind of escapist. It's imagination. It's creativity. It's spirituality. It's psychic ability. It's you know, sometimes it can be the negative, which could be addictions, drugs, alcohol, depression, you know, borderline personality, you know, disorder. I mean, it just depends on the types of energies that Neptune will be kind of pushing out there, and it could really manifest itself in either of these ways. So when Neptune goes retrograde, what happens here is Neptune takes all of these energies and they're now internal. They're not as much external anymore. So what's going to happen is for the majority of people out there, their intuition, their psychic abilities, they may experience psychic phenomena within the next 5 months when when Neptune goes retrograde. When Neptune goes retrograde, that intuition will be increased. The rose-colored glasses are going to come off, because the other thing that happens during a retrograde is that the fog is no longer being generated and the confusion is no longer being generated, like that mysterious aura, you know, that usually surrounds Pisces is going to be cleared away. So when Neptune stations between the 5th and the 11th, or right around the 6th and the 11th, this is going to be the time where everybody is hit with a very strong dose of reality. And with Mercury retrograde also happening at this time, there is going to be potential miscommunication out there, or potential issues with electronic devices, delays, confusion, with all of that with Mercury going retrograde in the communication. I mean, Gemini rules, or Mercury rules Gemini. So this is all going to be, you know, peppered with, you know, communication issues. So you may get a text that you were not supposed to get. You may send a text to someone that you shouldn't have sent a text to, and now you are going to have to deal with the result of having to either explain yourself, or someone else is going to have to explain themselves. This is no coincidence that Neptune goes retrograde on the 12th and Mercury goes direct on the 11th of June. So what you're seeing here is you're seeing this massive dose of reality coming to the surface, so that you can gather this information and make a decision to move forward. Now, what else do we have going on here? The sun. The sun is going to be in your 9th house. This is where your focus is going to be. This is with foreign people. This is with foreign relations. This is with law. This is with legal. This is with education. Anything having to do with that occult, spirituality, all of that. The sun is going to be shining a very, very bright light on these aspects in this 9th house for you. Again, with the sun filtering through Gemini with communication, you may actually be communicating these things out into the world. So for example, you may be doing business overseas with someone that is foreign to you. You may be on a more personal level. You may be, say for example, you are, you know, Chinese, and you are dating somebody from Great Britain. Okay, so this is, or like the United Kingdom or something, and this is something that you guys have two different cultures that you're kind of bringing together, and this is your focus at this time. So this is where the sun is shining this bright light and giving energy to it. You know, others of you may be considering going back and getting more education, okay? Some of you may be looking at spirituality in a different way. So this is kind of what the sun's energy is giving you right now in this particular area of your chart. Because the sun is in Gemini and because so many planets are in Gemini, of course, in your 9th house, you have Mercury going retrograde, and then Mercury will go direct on the 11th of June. So here you could have starts and stops as it relates to these 9th house matters that I just described. What I would do if you are planning on any type of contract negotiation, if you are planning on or finalizing a contract, law, legal, if you are working with a foreign person, whether it be for business or personal, before you make any decisions regarding these particular people or person in your life, I would wait until about the 18th, 19th, or the 20th of June before you finalize any issues with them, because there's more information coming in with that Neptune going retrograde and the Mercury having come out of retrograde going direct. You need to give Mercury some time to get its energy back and to get moving forward again. Mars is also in this house, so you are going to want to move. You may actually have aggression as it relates to these 9th house matters, because Mars is currently in Gemini, and Gemini is your 9th house. So there could be a lot of aggressive communication, or there could be a lot of passionate communication. There's a lot of fire with this communication regarding foreign dealings, foreign people, foreign lands, contracts, legal, law, education, spirituality. So you're gonna feel this fire and this passion for these particular aspects, however it affects you and however it resonates with you. The other thing we have going on is Venus. Venus right now is in your 10th house. Now, this is all about career and status. So Venus is lending her beautiful, beautiful support of love, of compassion, and of calm, let's all get along, type of energy to your career and to your status. Now, your career obviously could be, if you are working, it could be your career, your job. For those of you that are not working, alternatively, it is also status. So it could be your status as a single person, your status as a married person. So what Venus is doing is it's lending this beautiful, beautiful energy and supporting you in these areas of your life. It could be happening on both ends. You could be getting accolades, and you could be getting along really well with people at work, as well as getting accolades and getting along really well as it relates to your marriage status or your single status. So that's kind of how this could possibly manifest for you. Now, after the 4th, it moves into your 11th house. The 11th house is all about hopes, wishes, dreams, groups, networking. So this is just beautiful. You've got the blessings of Venus giving you just this beautiful aura about you as you network, and your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, and your goals. And it's just giving this light of support. Venus is also about money. So when you go out and you do network, you may be getting blessings from Venus, bringing money or bringing backers into your environment that will give you the support, give you the financial support that you need to be able to manifest your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, and your goals. The other thing we have going on is Saturn. Saturn is going to be going retrograde into another sign in the second half of June. So what area does this happen for you? Currently, Saturn is in your 3rd house. Saturn is in your 3rd house, and what it is doing, and it is retrograde, and it is going through all of this communication as it relates to stabilizing, restructuring, and solidifying your communication in any manner, okay? It could be personal, it could be business, it could be with children, it could be with home, it could be with contracts, it could be with legal, it could be with anything. So right now what you're doing, Librans, is you are refining your communication in such a manner. It's almost like you get a second dip, with Saturn going retrograde in this house for you, because it's already been through it, okay? And then as it turns around and goes retrograde, or it doesn't really turn around and go reverse, but as it is in its retrograde phase, it's a second chance to get the communication right with any endeavor you are communicating about. It's giving the solid structure so that once it moves out of your communication sector, it will release those particular blocks or areas that you've been struggling with, that you've been trying to restructure. It's going to give you a little bit of a reprieve as it moves into your second house. And your second house is all about self-value, and it is all about the money you make from the company or the business you work for. Now, what you might be doing here is, since you've restructured how you communicate and it's solid, now it goes into your second house. So some of you Librans out there might be going straight to the top, and you might be saying, hey, you know, I really enjoy my work, and this is what I'm putting in, and this is what I'm getting out of it. I think I deserve a raise. You know, and you are going to have your communication structured so beautifully that you will be able to come across in a manner where you can revisit this, that maybe you potentially asked for a raise, you know, up to, you know, 8 or 9 months ago, and maybe you didn't get it. Now you get another chance because you've been working on how you communicate with people so that you don't come across aggressively, or you don't come across, you know, kind of like a know-it-all or something like that. So this is how this could potentially be affecting you. So there you go. There are the planetary alignments. So let's jump right in to the tarot reading. Now I am going to do the tarot reading in 4 different sections. The first section is for the general energies for, you know, the month of June 2015, or appropriately how I read, from the 22nd of May until the 21st of June. So we have the general energies, we have work and finance, we have emotional life and love life, relationships. Those relationships can also be relationships at work, your health and your well-being. Then I'm going to pull a spiritual advice card that will help you kind of get through these energies. And then I'm going to be pulling a challenge card. And basically what this will do is this will really pinpoint for you something that you must get over in order to move forward on your spiritual path. So let's go ahead and let's get started for the beautiful Librans out there. Here we go. I want to make sure that I get enough space. Sorry. I gotta fix my camera. Okay, I think that looks pretty good at this point. All right, let's go ahead and let's get started, Librans. What do we have for general energies for Librans? General energies for Librans. What have we got? Also, if you are planning on going, you know, maybe to your boss or wherever you work, if you work and you are going to be asking for a raise, I would certainly recommend that you wait until, like I said, the 18th, 19th, or the 20th of June, because there's information that you may not know about that you need to wait for. Here's your general energies for the month. Let's look at work and finance. Work and finance, Librans. Work and finance. Work and finance. Work and finance, Librans. There's your work and finance. Emotional life, love life, emotional life, and love life. Whoa. You guys might be a little bit busy with your emotional life and love life. I'm not sensing scattered. I'm sensing that, here's this one wants to pop out. I'm not sensing scattered. I'm just sensing like busy, like you're really focusing on it, and that might be happening because of all that activity, that new moon in your 8th house, because you've been reevaluating some things. Let's do health and well-being. Health and well-being for Librans. Health, this one wants to pop out. Okay, now let's do spiritual advice. Spiritual advice for Librans. Where are we at here? Move these over. Okay, spiritual advice for Librans. This one wants to pop out. And what's your challenge, Libra? This one wants to pop out. Well, looks like you guys are making some decisions pretty quickly because this shuffle went fast. Okay, let's look at the general energies for Librans for June 2015, or what I call the Gemini cycle. Okay, Librans, you have the Queen of Wands. And what the Queen of Wands is basically telling you is that, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get this figured out. What the Queen of Wands is telling you as general energies, there might be a Sagittarius or a Aries or a Leo person, female, that is coming into your life or that is affecting you as we go through the month of June. This person is a very creative person. They're very loving. They're very caring, and they are affecting your general energies. This could be you actually expressing the types of energies that a Queen of Wands kind of encapsulates. So here you might be getting rather creative, and you're getting more loving and more nurturing than you normally are. So this is actually a really, really awesome card for you as general energies for the month. So there is a lot of creativity around you. There is a lot of activity around you. You're very passionate regarding anything that you are currently focused on. So this is just beautiful. For the women out there, this could be potentially a Sagittarian, an Aries, or a Leo male that has feminine types of personality traits. They're very caring, they're very nurturing, and they're very loving. And this would be an excellent match for Librans because, you know, fire and air, they definitely feed off of each other. So that is really, really beautiful. So I'm really liking these energies for you. The other thing here is I'm noticing this black cat at the bottom. You guys might be considering buying a pet. Okay, this just kind of came out, and you're looking at buying a pet because you are becoming a little bit more nurturing, and you want a pet that you don't want to necessarily have to babysit all the time. So you're looking for a pet that is kind of self-caring, and a cat would definitely be one of those types of pets that you don't have to put a lot of work into. So this might be something that you're considering as well for this month of June. Okay, let's look at work and finance. This is beautiful, Librans. You have got the Three of Cups. Your work life is a very family type of oriented type of work environment. If you are not currently working and you are looking for a job, you could find leads from your friends. Your friends are pretty much your best advertisement right now, and this could help you to land a job. Also, if this is about your finances, your friends may also be giving you an inside scoop on potential investment opportunities that they have either discovered or that they are currently utilizing that they think would be a good option for you and your finances. For some of you, you may be out partying just a little bit too much, and what's happening here is that you are sinking some of your money in going out and celebrating and having a good time. You know, what I'm getting from this is I'm not seeing really anything negative. So I'm seeing that, you know, you're doing it so that you can nurture yourself, nurture your friends, get back out there and be a little bit more social. And again, while you're doing this, you may meet this this Queen of Wands person. You might meet this Sagittarian, this Leo, or this Aries person that's a really good match for you. So this is kind of how the story is playing out right now. You may actually find that your friends will introduce you to this potential match if you are not currently in a relationship. Okay, so what's going on with your love life and your emotional life? This is beautiful, Librans. You have the Four of Wands. Okay, you have got celebration and Wands cards like all over the place. So you are out and you are having potentially a really, really good time. You are celebrating with friends. You are celebrating with family. If you are married to this Queen of Wands, she or he is putting this party together, so to speak. It looks really, really awesome for you right now. You're feeling very, very content in your home life potentially here. This could also mean a culmination or an ending. So this could be potentially, if any of you are having problems in a relationship, that you are ending one relationship and you are starting another relationship. Or you are ending a relationship and you are currently out and you are celebrating time with friends so that you can kind of go back and find that that Libran type of energy that you've been longing for, because you may have felt stifled for whatever reason. Now, this could affect many different Librans in many different ways. The other thing that might be happening here too is that you might be welcoming a child into your family in the month of June, the later part of June. So here you might have lots of family around and they're celebrating, you've got all of this celebration. So they might be celebrating you bringing a new child or children into your life. And it might be your wife. I mean, your wife could be the Sagittarian, the Aries, or the Leo. And this is a very creative. The Wands are a very creative energy, so they might be giving birth. So this might be happening for you. You might also be giving birth to a creative endeavor. So this would be absolutely wonderful as well. So your relationships at home, your relationships with yourself, your life, your work life, they're really looking very, very good for the month of June. So what's going on with your health and your well-being? Okay, Librans, you're looking at a different way to take care of your health. You're looking at your options. This may be, instead of doing weightlifting, you might be considering aerobics. Instead of aerobics, you might be considering weightlifting. Actually, you might be taking two different approaches. You might be doing like kind of a cross training as it relates to your health. If any of you are suffering from any type of health-related issue, you might be weighing your options as to whether or not you want to take a holistic approach as opposed to a more conventional approach like surgery. So this might be something that you are considering. You are also looking at where you want to put your money as it relates to your health. You might be looking at two different types of options, as say, for example, if you are considering surgery, or if you are considering holistic medicine or acupuncture or something like that, you are doing your research and you are trying to find the appropriate person to take care of any of these potential health matters that you would like to get the biggest bang for your buck with. There might be a little bit of undulation as it relates to your finances. So for example, if you are celebrating bringing a child into your home, you might have to find a way to be able to kind of juggle your finances to ensure that everyone's needs are met. So that might be how this manifests as a story for you. As it relates to you going out and celebrating and having a good time and potentially meeting this Queen of Wands here, you might be deciding on whether or not you want to embark on a relationship with this Queen of Wands or this Queen of Wands archetype. So here you might be looking at, do I want to stay single or do I want to get into a relationship? This just might be how this manifests for you as an overall story. Let's look at your spiritual advice. This is interesting because this came up for another sign, and I'm trying to think of what sign that came up for. But this is you embracing your your sixth sense, your intuition, your psychic ability, the ability to see that which is hidden. This is your spirituality. This is no surprise with the sun going into your ninth house as it relates to spirituality and potentially the occult. And I know, you know, with this is a very strong card because it encompasses all that is spiritual or that is otherworldly. So the spiritual advice here for you is to embrace this piece that you may have been missing out of your life, that there may be some reality as it relates to spiritual practices or that which cannot be seen. Faith. I'm hearing faith for a lot of you. There's a lot of faith here. So this is something that universe is basically telling you that you may want to consider embracing as part of your overall consciousness. Now, as it relates to the challenge, that which you will need to overcome for June, you have female power. Okay? Now, this might be a challenge for you. Now, for example, if you do have a wife that is pregnant and is going to be giving birth in June, they might be having a little girl, and this little girl might be causing a challenge for you, or potentially your wife might be causing a bit of a challenge for you, because there's a massive amount of modifications that need to happen when you bring a child into this world. So this might be how this manifests for you as far as female power. You might be surrounded by females. So, you know, there's really nothing wrong with that. As it relates to a challenge also with female power, if you are a male, you might be faced with a decision on what female you are going to choose to bring into your life. And this is what the challenge is, because, you know, your options are looking very good for the month of June. So your challenge, you know, and here's the thing, Librans, you guys are the scales, so you want to weigh out what is the best option here. So you are kind of going, you know, and looking at these females in your life, and you're trying to figure out what the best option is for you as it relates to the women that you may be potentially getting attention from. So this could be a challenge on picking the right one. So what universe is basically saying to overcome this challenge is to go back and embrace your, you know, your psychic ability, your intuition, your ability to see that which cannot be seen, to help you pick the right female that is potentially coming into your life. Now, if you are a female Libran, you know, you may be challenged with making a decision as it relates to kind of going out and having a good time. You might have girlfriends that want you to go out and party hardy and have a good time with them, but you're looking at your finances and you're trying to figure out, you know, do I want to go out and waste, you know, this money on going out and drinking and having a good time because you know, I want to save my money. Well, with this as a challenge, this may, you know, potentially manifest in a way where you might have to weigh out where you want to put your energies and where you want to put, you know, your potential hard-earned money as it relates to this female power. Some of you, just as a challenge, you might have challenges within your female network. So for the female Librans out there, there might be some type of miscommunication, especially with Mercury going retrograde. There might be some type of miscommunication. There might be some type of, you know, backbiting or gossip going on in your circle, you know, of girlfriends that you're going out and you're having a good time with. So just be aware of that. You don't want to get yourself involved in too much gossip at this time, because, you know, Mercury is retrograde. Neptune is also going to go retrograde. So here between the the 5th of June and the 20th of June, if there is something that is hidden or there is some type of misinformation, no worries. The truth will be revealed and reality will be staring at you right in the face. Okay, Librans, there you go. There is your reading for June of 2015. Again, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Bee, and this is Psychic Sounds by Bee. Now, to close out this video, I did ask some of my viewers to send me how to say I bow to the divine light within your soul in their language. The responses were just overwhelming, so I had to go ahead and pick one at random, and I chose to pick one from Balthana Abid, or Abid, and I hope that is how your name is pronounced if this is you. And they gave me how to say that particular phrase in Arabic. So I'm going to go ahead and say this, and I truly hope that I do not butcher it. It is Ana Anhani ila Anor al Ilahi al Kamin fi Ruhika. So I hope that I said that correctly. And I really do wish all of you the best June ever. It looks like it's going to be great for you Librans out there. Much light, much love, and many blessings to you. Namaste.